Oh, are you going to join me? Maybe. Okay, you can come up. All right. Okay. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm really excited to be making this video, even if me and Milton are the only ones here. Now, before I dive in to making some really yummy recipes on this channel, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my nutrition philosophy. I spent a lot of years in unhealthy food obsession, and throughout that process of getting out of the unhealthy food obsession, but also within it, I became really obsessed with figuring out, okay, what's actually healthy to eat? In that discovery, I became a functional nutritional therapy practitioner through the Nutritional Therapy Association. That's a mouthful. Or an FNTP through the NTA. This institution is greatly based on the teachings of Weston A. Price. He was a dentist that date back to the early 1900s. And he discovered by traveling around a lot and observing the mouths of both modern Americans and also those of hunter-gatherer cultures, that those that weren't exposed to the modern food environment were, well, much healthier, and their health hadn't deteriorated generation by generation. To summarize their philosophy, straight from the NTA's website, theirs is a program uniquely based in a foundational, holistic approach to nutrition that honors the bio-individuality of our bodies. I learned a great deal becoming an FNDP, but I'm also not here to be a spokeswoman for the NTA. It's just a part of my background. I would say the biggest thing that I took away from the program was the bio-individual approach to eating. We are all so different, and to say that you thrive off of the same thing as another person is insane. It's very flawed thinking. It's honestly, in my opinion, the biggest issue with the diet industry today. It's really hard to sell a program or a book that states the best way to be healthy, to lose 100 pounds, to look great naked, to live to 100 is, well, it depends on you. Again, doesn't sell. All right, let's get more specific into what my nutrition philosophy actually is. Here is a circle with all the healthy foods. I'd put lots of single ingredient foods in this circle: vegetables, fruits, properly raised meats, nuts, seeds, legumes, sprouted grains, etc. There's certainly a hierarchy within this circle. For instance, organic fruits and vegetables are going to be preferred to conventionally grown crops, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll just put all veggies in this circle. Everyone's invited. Within this circle, what of these things and how much of these things a person eats to thrive is going to look different person to person. Healthy can look like plenty of animal proteins, less or no grains, and lots of veggies, more of a paleo approach. Or it may look like less animal protein heavy with lots of properly prepared grains, tons of veggies, and some but less fat. The options are literally endless. Then there's this whole issue of the foods outside of the healthy food circle, and if they have a place in any particular person's diet. While some of these foods that our friend Weston A. Price referred to as the foods of commerce may not belong in the healthy food circle, I'm talking corn syrup laden cereals, foods so deeply fried in hydrogenated oils you think there would be nothing left of them, and most things that you'll find on a drive-thru. I do think there are some cases where completely excluding these foods is less healthy than it is healthy. I take in the entire picture when I look at somebody's diet. So as much as it pains me to think about someone enjoying a Pop-Tart, for instance, which I used to destroy those things as a child, I can't confidently say it's always the healthier choice to never eat a Pop-Tart. I'm unable to know at any given context if the mental health benefit, for instance, outweighs the potentially harmful risk of any particular food. All that said, I do think it's misleading and quite honestly a bit of cope to say that all these junk foods and all the foods of commerce, as Weston A. Price would say, are not villainized for a good reason. Overall, I'm not biased towards any particular way of eating, and I really mean that. And that means I'm even someone who thinks that the intuitive eating philosophy or style is not ideal for everyone. Before I dive into that, I'll clarify what I mean by intuitive eating. According to WebMD, intuitive eating is a simple idea. It means that you make peace with all types of food. Unlike traditional diets that restrict or ban certain foods, intuitive eating requires you to stop looking at food as good or bad. Instead, you listen to your body and eat what feels right to you. If all that works for you, awesome. But I think that the harshness that some people in the intuitive eating movement come at anyone who follows any sort of structured way of eating as disordered or unnecessary at the very least is unnecessarily aggressive. Just because someone tries a specific diet, counts macros, or God forbid, calorie counts, doesn't necessarily mean they're an eating disordered lemming who's bowing at the altar of the almighty diet gods. Ooh. Bottom line, an aggressive approach is just yucky and puts a bad taste in my mouth, regardless of if you're pushing for carnivore, veganism, or no food rules approach to eating. And I don't like a bad taste in my mouth. We're talking about food. All right, to sum up, I'm just really excited to be here. Like I said, even if no one's watching, in my next video, I'm going to get more into my personal story and with food and otherwise, and you'll even get to learn what led to this G.I. Jane buzz cut situation. Here's a hint, it was not really by choice. Bye-bye.